Welcome to another one-shot from New Product Rundown by FineScale Modeler. I'm Aaron Skinner, and today we're going to be taking a look at Takom's new 1/16 scale Panzer I. This is a big box, so I expect to see a lot of parts in it. Let's take a look. Yep, those are big parts. Start with the, just clear my table here so we can see what we're doing. Hey, Tim Kidwell from Scale Auto Magazine is operating the camera. Say hi, Tim.
Hello.
Thank you, Tim. Now you can be quiet for the rest of the episode.
I refuse.
I'm sure you do. Here is the lower hull, which, as you expect, in 1/16 scale, it's pretty good size. This is a small vehicle, so it's not as big as it would be if it was like a Panther, but it's still a good size. We have plenty of sharp rivets and bolts, and you can tell the difference between the two on here. The bolts have a nice hexagonal shape. The rivets along those lines are nicely rounded. We've got some weld marks along the edges there. Sharp toe hooks. We got a little bit of the suspension attachment points here, the return rollers, some bracketing. Pretty sharp looking. That's a pretty solid piece of plastic too. Let's see.
Hey,
what's that? That? Well, I was going to come to that later because that goes on top.
Oh.
So here's the turret, the main body of it. You can see that all of the vision blocks around the sides are separate. The main hatch is separate. The mantlet as well. Again, just like with the hull, we've got nice weld seams along the edges. We've got some recessed fasteners around it, screws. You can actually even see the blade marks for the screws around there. And again, that's a pretty solid piece of plastic. All right, let's see. This looks like more hull parts. Like these Takom bags that are resealable. Makes life easier. Of course, they also stick to you. All right, so we've got the main casemate for the upper hull. Again, really sharp marks, surface detail here with these screws, bolts, good crisp edges on the casemate, weld seams, good detail on the inside of it. Here's the part of the turret attachment, the lower part of the turret here. Here's the main hatch for the turret, the commander's hatch. The transmission cover for the front end. Again, nice surface detail, weld seams, some fenders. Look at the quality of those bolts there, if you can see that close.
Yeah.
Just really, really sharply done. Let's take out the last of the big bags here because this will be most of the rest of the hull. I do know how to open a bag.
You're not proving it.
I know. All right. Now to start, we've got the fenders, which are attached through the middle, so they'll be bracketed and stay nice and square. Tread plate, diamond plate along the fenders. Looks like the rear hatch with the rear plate with the engine hatch. And then over here, looks like we've got more engine detail, various louvers, exhausts, more plates. Look at the slide molding on these. The horn and the jack block. Yeah, just really nice detail all the way around. Really crisp molding, as we've come to expect from Takom. They've done some really nice work. Oh, here's the engine deck, which is its own separate piece here. Look at it real quick.
Whoop, 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 whoop. There we go.
Again, the hatches are separate. Same level of detail, surface detail. Just a nice piece there. Let's take a look at some suspension parts. These look like road wheels. Don't run away. We got road wheels. Looks like there's even casting numbers on the spokes there. Drive sprocket. Looks like these are separate rims for the, I think for the road wheels to fit on the inside, so you get that 3D effect of the things. Looks like there's even sidewall detail on the return rollers.
Yeah, there is.
Does it say Continental?
That's what it says, Continental.
Nice. Nice fine parts for some of the hinges, it looks like. Yeah, those are nice looking parts there. All right, so we have, looks like the bogie parts for the suspension. Yes. Yep. Leaf springs with the curls, and then the leaves, and then the spring parts. Looks like exhausts, idler with the same separate rings to go around the outside. There are those hatches for to go around the turret with the little vision blocks in them. Very nice detail again. Are these, this might be smoke launchers, smoke grenade launchers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are really nice on those springs there. Very cool. And then we have a few more suspension parts here. It looks like some springs. Yep. The mantlet. Exhaust. Let's see, what I haven't seen yet, or am I missing it, is the machine gun for the turret. Machine guns for, there they are. They're on the edges. So nicely slide molded, so you get that, they should actually go that way. It looks like how they were molded. So the muzzles are open. Nice cooling jacket detail there with a paint and a wash. Those should pop really nicely. It's nice detail. Antenna, some tools, the springs. And here's the mantlet and the mantlet surround. More tools. Again, just really nicely done. Slide molding for the headlights and so forth there. Very cool. And then let's take a look at the tracks, which look to be individual links with plastic pins to hold them. So that may very well mean that they're workable. Does it say that? Workable tracks, yes. I didn't write up my Cliff Notes version, Tim. Lots of little track parts here. Yeah, these are such a skeletal looking track on the Panzer I, but you can see the guide horns on the back side, front side with the contact side, and then the pins. And you can see they've slide molded so that the hulls go through to link the track, so you can push the plastic pins through. And here are said pins right here, if I can get this bag open. So it looks like it's just a matter of pushing those through the holes and getting the tracks together. I don't know if it suggests gluing one end or not. Let me take a look at the instructions here real quick. Again, it just says to push them through from one side. They may lock into place. It looks like they have a little collar on them, so they may click into place once they're inserted and stay together. But yeah, that's a nice touch. Instruction manual. Typical Takom clear diagrams. Not too many parts in each diagram. Very nice. Oh, here are the bit everybody wants to see, the marking options. Looks like we have a couple from very early September: Poland, France, and Libya, Africa Corps vehicle. These three are all in the early gray and brown. This one's in the tan for the desert. A little bit of color for your tiny Panzer. The decals. Yep. There you go. Pretty simple sheet. We do have clear parts for the headlight. I hope you can see that through the bag. I'll take them out unless I have to. And then to round out the parts, we have a piece of braided copper wire for the tow cable and heat shields for the exhaust mufflers. So there you have it. Takom's new 16th scale Panzer I. If you want a large scale Panzer, this is a good way to start. Looks like a pretty basic build. There's not a lot of interior, but you could go all hog in on it if you wanted to and really go to town, because there's plenty of room inside for that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for visiting FineScale.com, and I'll see you next time.